Hey guys, today I'm here to talk about my chronic migraines. This is something that has been a problem for several years. I went to a neurologist when I was in my preteens, I think is how old I was, so probably like 12 or 13. As I've gotten older, they've gotten worse, and I'm here to tell you kind of what I've found out as to why I have them. In the beginning of April of this year, I had a really bad injury to my neck, and I will talk more about that maybe in another video. I'll go into depth about that. But I had severe nerve damage. My spinal cord fluid was going the opposite direction. I tore ligaments and tendons. It was a really scary injury that happened. And as soon as I went to my holistic doctor is when I got better, and he helped me get better. So I went to this holistic doctor because I knew I didn't want to go to a conventional doctor or the ER. So the paths aligned, and I was able to go meet this holistic doctor that literally changed my life, and is why I'm working so hard right now to figure out what's going on in my body, heal myself, or allow my body to heal itself, because it's created to heal itself. And I believe that I can do that through the food that I eat. Mental health, emotional health is just as important. So I itch. So when I went to the doctor, I had blood work taken. I wanted it done because I wanted to know if there was anything I was deficient in and all of that kind of thing. And originally I was going to go to this doctor for my chronic migraines, and then my neck injury happened, and that's kind of what led me to go to him. So the second visit is when I got the results to my blood work. So we came to find out that my testosterone levels were 4 times lower than what they were supposed to be, or what would be considered normal. And that's not good at all. So having low testosterone can mean several different things. So that's obviously a hormonal imbalance, a very severe hormonal imbalance. And because of that, I was very groggy, tired all the time, but I was just fought through it. So I was like, I'm just really busy. Of course I'm tired. Depression would set in, which I never wanted to claim that over myself, but it would be me just being in denial about that, I guess. It's still kind of weird to say, like, I have depression, because I don't think that I do. I think I've gone through waves of it, so maybe that's the same thing, maybe it's not. And then also brain fog is something, and having, it's not a short-term memory, but kind of like a foggy memory, and I've definitely dealt with that. And so with acting stuff, like a big part of what you do is memorizing lines and that kind of thing, and I'm able to do that well. I think I have a photographic memory, but at the same time, it felt like there was something missing, like a link was missing with my memory. And with all those things and being tired all the time, also not being able to build muscle is a part of having really low testosterone too. And I'm just so grateful for this doctor, and geez, just the whole entire process has been incredible, and I'm very grateful. And I do believe that we are vessels, and I think he is thriving and living in his purpose of what he's supposed to do on a healing aspect, and just with his knowledge and his gifts. And our bodies want to heal themselves. They're created to heal themselves. So I don't want to say that he healed me. I think that he's a vessel that God is working through to do the work that I need, and that my body needed to know of how to heal itself. So our bodies are incredible, and I'm on a mission to heal my body, or have my body heal itself, or however you want to put it, through the foods that we have been given on this earth. The herbs, the superfoods, just the nutrients, the nourishment, and then along with that is the healthy mindset and the emotional and mental, just health in general. It all works together. So I'm determined that I'm going to get rid of these headaches the holistic way. The next step in this process was the allergy test. So with that, I found out that I'm extremely allergic to wheat, soy, and sugar alcohols. So any like additive sugars and certain things that are hidden in a bunch of crap. I'm allergic to it. So those products are some of the highest genetically modified products that we have in our culture here. So I don't believe that our bodies are really necessarily supposed to digest them anyway. They're not supposed to, because our bodies are like, this isn't food, what's going on? It's been so modified. But the thing is, I went 5 years being gluten-free, and then I kind of trickled it back into my diet, and that's probably where I caused some damage in my gut. And soy, only half of it's organic, but then, like I said, that's thrown into so many other little things that I might have had and didn't realize it, but I eat a very, very clean diet. So that was kind of weird for me to like take that information in and be like, I don't have fake candy that has, or candy in general, but fake candy that has these sugar additives or sugar alcohols or whatever it is. And then the wheat, maybe I would have some every so often, but not a lot. And then soy, I would have different, like tempeh, tofu, that kind of stuff. Probably more in my diet more recently, but it was always organic, which I think is okay to have. So that was kind of hard for me to swallow. I'm like, but dang, I barely have any of this stuff. Like, what is going on? So there's another layer to it. So I asked him, I'm like, how long has this been going on that I've had leaky gut, and that all these different foods and stuff are probably the cause of why I have leaky gut, and like there has to be more. And through whatever he does, he told me that it's been going on roughly, it seems to be about 10 years. And he asked me if I had anything traumatic happen to me around 10 years ago. And I was like, yeah, I did. I had a panic attack and like a mental breakdown, and that just brought to light that emotional things like that can trigger such deep-rooted issues in our health inside of our bodies. And then I started thinking about it even more, and around the time that I started getting migraines is around the time in my life where I had lost my best friend. And I'm sitting there thinking that was a traumatic emotional roller coaster that I went through as a kid. So I'm like, oh my gosh, how important is, you know, your mental health and emotional stability and the stuff that we go through and grieving and all that. It triggers our bodies and our health, and our bodies respond to what's happening emotionally. And it's so interesting. It's crazy. So because of different emotional traumas that have happened, it caused damage to my gut. So I've been cutting out those foods. It's been about 3 months. They told me about 3 to 6 months. And then I can start trickling those things back in, because if I have any type of wheat, it's going to be a pure form of it. I don't have like processed foods or anything like that. Like the Ezekiel bread, like if I have bread, I like that. I mean, I haven't even had that lately, but it's things like that that I'm okay having in moderation. He said I can start trickling it back in like small pieces at a time, just to get my digestive system back to recognizing what it is and breaking it down. And of course, I don't want to put things in my body that I don't want to have in there anyway. So I'm going to be really conscious of what I am consuming. And right now, it's not even worth it for me to put it in my body. I'm like, why would I? Like, what is the point when I can thrive off of all these other amazing foods that I have been eating? So I found out that I have low testosterone, found out that I have leaky gut, and because of those things, the imbalance in my hormones from the leaky gut, not being able to absorb the stuff that I need to build the testosterone, which is fats. The main thing that I need in my body is fat. And I can be having as much as I want of it, but because of the leaky gut, it's not absorbing it. So let's actually talk about what leaky gut is. Leaky gut is when the lining in your small intestines gets damaged, and that can happen from emotional things that happen to you, the food that we're eating, environmental stuff. And that causes food particles and toxins and waste to be able to exit the small intestine and go into your body and cycle through your blood, and then that can go into your organs, etc., and can leak into your bloodstream, which is not good. And I'm basically not absorbing the things that I need to be absorbing. The doctor told me that the top things that I need in my body that I'm not absorbing because of the leaky gut, it's not from the stuff, my diet, my vegan diet, or any of that stuff. It's, I can be eating as clean as I want, eating as much fat as I want, but I'm not going to build up the testosterone in my body unless my gut is healed first. So that's the problem. So along with not being able to absorb the fats that I need, my body is not absorbing the minerals, the fats, and the proteins that my body needs, essentially to get rid of these freaking migraines. What have I been doing since I found this all out? I started taking a supplement that I would have before I ate. I would take it out of the capsule, mix it up in water, and I would drink that, and it would coat my stomach so that whatever I would eat next would actually be absorbed by my body, so it wouldn't leak out of my small intestines because it was coated with that supplement that I had. So I did that for 30 days. And along with that, I did, or I'm still doing a supplement that's an herb that has 15 herbs in it. I'm not a big supplement person, but you know, sometimes you have to do certain things when you're going through something specific. So I'm doing the herb, or the herbs, the 15 herbs in that capsule. And then I'm doing wheatgrass twice a day because it is a blood cleanser and it's going to purify my blood. So any of the stuff that's leaked out of my gut into my body and into my bloodstream can get cleansed through doing the wheatgrass. And wheatgrass is just so good for you anyway. It puts oxygen in your blood. It's detoxing. It cleanses you. It's amazing. Gives you energy. Great source of your greens, chlorella. So I definitely highly suggest having wheatgrass every single day, no matter what you're going through. It's great for you. My main focus is trying to absorb fat in my body. And it's really cool because your intestine is the highest regenerative organ in your body. So every 5 to 7 days, the cells within your intestines are renewing. So they're constantly being renewed. So that's why leaking gut is something that you don't have to live with forever. Once you get it under control and can heal it, then you're going to feel so much better, and all the other problems that come along with it can be healed. I mean, I wonder how many people have leaky gut that don't know it, and they're dealing with chronic migraines or hormone imbalances or whatever it may be. It's just amazing of how one thing can stem from another thing, and it can be overwhelming and really confusing. That's why I'm just so grateful for this doctor and to be able to understand what's going on in my body and feel connected and just be able to help other people go through it too. And this is a process, and I totally believe this is happening for a reason, so that I can just help other people that are going through the same thing by my body being an experiment for all of this. Another thing that is extremely important about healing leaky gut is eating fermented foods. And in general, eating fermented foods is so good for you, but especially when you have leaky gut, it's going to put back the microflora, the bacteria, the good bacteria in your body that's going to protect the walls of your intestines to be able to absorb the food that you need. Another thing is apple cider vinegar, and that basically helps with digestion and also gets out any yeast that is building up in your body. One last thing that I have been implementing is no coffee. So with all the stuff that's going on, my adrenals were just shot. So I have given up coffee because it's a stimulant. It's genetically modified as well. We don't want to hear that because we all love coffee. And that's the thing, is I love coffee. It makes me sad that I can't have a cup of coffee. But to me, it's not worth it. I can enjoy other things, and eventually, it's not like I'm never gonna have a cup of coffee again. I have had decaf, a little bit like some lattes with like high-fat coconut milk, which is really good. But I don't want to have to ever depend on a substance in my entire life, whether that's drugs, alcohol, caffeine. I mean, that is a drug. I want my body to run and be fueled by the food and the nourishment that I'm getting into my body. So this was just something that I knew I needed to do. And I was addicted to coffee. and I would have the withdrawal headaches, which a lot of times I was like, that's why I have migraines, is because, oh, if I forgot to have coffee for a day. And there are times that that has happened, but the last, probably this whole year, I haven't had as much coffee. I'll go through phases. If I go home, I always have more coffee because my mom's Italian and has been drinking coffee since she's been like 3, and it's like 10 p.m. and she puts on a pot of coffee, and that's just what, it's a, you know, gosh, it's a thing that brings us all together, you know. It's something special about gathering around a cup of coffee and talking and all that. So that's the experience of coffee, I think, is what I miss. But I can have decaf because it has low caffeine, or the mushroom coffee, which I haven't tried yet, but I'm really wanting to try that soon. But again, I'm like, give me my green juice in the morning, and I am happy. I am one happy girl. And once your adrenals are shot, it just steals all of your natural energy. So coming back to eating real foods, drinking real juice, lemon water, etc., it's gonna put the natural energy in my body, not having to rely on a substance, the coffee, the caffeine, on a day-to-day basis. So that was in April. It is in the middle of July. So it's been about, I'm in month 4, right? April, May, June, July. Yeah, I'm in month 4 with this whole thing and trying to get rid of these migraines, balance my hormones, heal my leaky gut. Actually, the opposite way. So heal my leaky gut, balance out my hormones, and essentially get rid of my migraines. They're on a cycle right now, and I know it's hormonal. It's about every 11 days that I get a migraine. I've started to keep track so that I can know. And this whole process has made me just so much more aware of my body. And I thought that I have been for so many years too. It's just such a testament to say of how life is a journey, and you think you got something going on, you know what you're doing, and then it's like, nope, here's a lesson to be learned. So I am grateful, and I do believe this is all happening for a reason, and that I will be able to help other people that might be going through the same exact thing and don't know where to start and feel lost and confused and sad and hopeless and whatever. Because migraines are, I mean, debilitating. I mean, they last about 12 to 15 hours every single time that I have one. I can't have light, noise, I can't sleep because it's so bad, and to be able to not sleep and have that pain, I'm like, I just want to not know the pain's happening, so just let me fall asleep, and I can't fall asleep because it's so bad, and I don't take medicine. And people tell me all the time, they're like, if you have a headache and it hurts, you're going through pain, take a pill to make the pain go away. But for me, I want to do this holistically, and I know suffering through it sounds so stupid when they are so bad. I just feel like someone is just stabbing my brain. I don't want to go in this cycle of headache, take a pill, headache, take a pill, headache, take a pill. I don't want to do that because I did that for probably a couple years. They put me on the preventative pill that I would take twice a day, and then when I got the headache, I would take another pill that would, it's basically a painkiller for the headache. And it made my head burn really, really bad every time I took a pill. So I would have this headache and then this burning sensation in my head, which it would take the headache away, don't get me wrong, if you caught it in time. But the preventative that I was taking every single day, God only knows what is in that. And it would make my fingers really tingly and my feet and toes really tingly and make me feel weird. But I didn't know any better. I didn't know about any of this stuff back then. And my parents were just trying to help me by taking me to the doctor and getting me a solution, right? But yeah, it's been a journey, and I'm still on the journey, and I'm determined. I'm going to get rid of my headaches. Another thing is I have this jaw issue too. My jaw clicks really, really bad. It's like, it's off. So another part of me is thinking, okay, maybe that's triggering my headaches on this side too, because it's this side of my jaw, and my migraines go from behind my right eye, like all the way up my head, and it goes down my back, basically like my shoulder, and it's just like, it's the same headache every single time. So I know when it's coming on, and I know how long it's gonna last, and I'm sick of it. It literally pisses me off that I have them. I'm like, I do all these things right. Why is this happening? But hey, it's life, it's lessons, and to learn how to heal emotionally from the stuff that I've been through, and have my body be able to respond in the right way rather than making it sick. I mean, I'm ready to feel better, and I'm ready to thrive in a life where I do not have chronic migraines because I'm so sick of it. So yeah, if you have dealt with any of the stuff that I have mentioned in this video, if you have leaky gut or might think you have leaky gut, you have hormonal imbalances as well, or have migraines, you might have one of them, you might have all three, I don't know, but I want to hear from you. If you have questions, or maybe I can learn something from you, we're all in this together, and it's all going to be okay. And we're all going to be good, and we're going to be migraine free, because we are not supposed to live this way. So, all right. Thanks guys for watching.